There we go. Oh, bluegill. Oh. Oh, that was a nice crappie there. Dang. Well, this is my first fishing trip of the season. Ice has only been gone about 2 weeks or so. Water temperature's about mid-40s. And I'm up in some canals looking for crappies and bluegills. And I just lost a nice crappie. Caught a couple so far. Crappies, bluegills, and sunfish. Water where I'm at is about 6 feet deep. I'm casting up into about 2 feet of water is all, and they're right up in there. I've seen a lot of bluegills and crappies both take off when my bobber hits up in there. I'm using a little clear bobber, 64th ounce jig, and a Berkley Gulp minnow. And they're up there. They're not hitting fast and furious, but I'm getting a few, missing a few. I've lost a couple nice crappies. We'll just keep plugging along here, see how it goes. There we go. It's right up close to the boat. Not a big one, but decent little crappie. About a 7-inch or so. Not bad for only being about 40 degrees out here right now. I caught that one there on a white micro jig, and then the emerald shiner color Berkley Gulp live minnow. No bobber in that one. I just cast it over there towards the shallow and reeled it real slow. But I think that one was out here a little deeper because it was only about 6 feet, 7 feet from the kayak when it hit. And I know it's 4 or 5 feet deep out here anyways. I'm just kind of working along the shoreline. This particular part of shoreline's got not much of a seawall or anything. It's ground right down to the water. There's some birch trees and some brush in and along the edge of the water. And they happen to be right up in there. There we go. There we go. Looks like a decent sunfish or bluegill here. Oh yeah, real nice one. This one will go on a stringer. Sure. That's a nice bluegill there. We'll keep them. Yeah, I got a few on there so far. Don't need many for just the wife and I. If I can get half a dozen, great. If I can get a limit, even better. And just to show you what I'm using, typical, what I pretty much always use. I mean, I'll vary the bait. You know, I may use an angle worm, you know, Berkley angle worm. I may use a fish fry, power wiggler, and these Berkley Gulp minnows. They're pretty much what I use the most of. And just you know, put it on a little tiny jig, keep it in a nice straight line there, and just cast it out. Reel it real slow right now. attention to what I'm doing. Feels like another nice bluegill. Oh yeah, real nice one. Whoa, almost lost him. Good bluegills. I'll take them. It's a half a dozen I've kept. Caught about 20 or so. Probably about, no, a dozen or 14 good keeper size. But I don't keep them all. I just keep half or so, or even less than that some days. I'm really kind of surprised how many nice bluegills are up in here already. Like I said, the water's only in the 40s. That was quick. As soon as it landed, looks like just a little one, but there we go. Oh man, that was another one. I seen him. Had him about 5 cranks. Seen his back right up out of the water. There we go. Little guy, but nice little crappie anyhow. Pretty good mess of them stacked right here if I could just land the bigger ones. There we go. Oh, bluegill. Oh. Not a bad fish. What'd you get there, Kevin? Nice crappie. Need it? What is it? Really? Got a decent stringer for the first time out. Got about 10 on there. Turned out to be a good day. Probably caught about 40 or so total.